You're starving yourself every single day. You're doing everything they told you to do, and the scale still isn't moving. And at some point, maybe tonight, maybe last week, you open the fridge and you just gave up. Not because you're weak, because you were hungry, and nobody can hold out forever. That cycle is brutal. I know exactly what it feels like. You start Monday strong. You count the calories, you skip the bread, you eat the sad little salad at lunch. By Wednesday, you're irritable and lightheaded. By Friday, you've eaten half a pizza standing over the sink, and you're telling yourself you'll start again Monday. And here's the part nobody talks about, the part that really grinds you down. You don't just feel physically miserable, you feel ashamed. Like there's something broken in you that other people don't have. Like everyone else can just white-knuckle their way through hunger, and you can't. That shame is heavy. In some ways, it's heavier than the extra weight. And you carry it quietly because who wants to admit they failed at a diet again? I want you to stop right there, because that shame you're carrying, you put it down right now. Not as a pep talk, as a fact. The diets you've been trying were designed to fail you. Low-calorie restriction without the right foods in the right amounts is neurologically impossible to sustain long-term. Your brain detects the calorie drop. It signals a hunger hormone called ghrelin, and that signal gets louder and louder until it overrides every bit of conscious willpower you have. That's not a character flaw. That's biology. You were fighting your own brain with nothing but determination, and the deck was stacked against you from day one. The problem was never you. The problem was the information you were given. My name is Hank Mercer. 6 years ago, I was 55 years old, I weighed 280 pounds, and my doctor sat me down and said my blood pressure was dangerously high, and if I didn't change something, I was looking at serious trouble. I wasn't some guy who'd let himself go for a couple of years. I'd been overweight most of my adult life. I'd tried the diets. I'd done the meal plans. I'd bought the supplements. None of it stuck. I was tired all the time. My knees hurt. I couldn't climb a flight of stairs without stopping at the top to catch my breath. I had no confidence. Getting dressed in the morning was something I dreaded because nothing fit right. I want you to know that because I'm not up here talking to you from some position I was born into. I was exactly where you are. I'm a guy who figured something out the hard way, and I have zero interest in selling you anything. No program, no shake, no subscription. What I'm going to tell you is free, and it works. Here's the one sentence that changed everything for me. Stop thinking about what to take away from your plate and start thinking about what to put on it first. That's the whole reframe. The entire diet industry, and it is an industry, it makes over $70 billion a year, is built on the subtraction model. Cut carbs, cut fat, cut calories, cut, restrict, eliminate, suffer. And when you fail, which the biology practically guarantees you will, you go back and you buy the next program. That's not an accident. Hungry people are repeat customers. The supplement companies, the meal kit subscriptions, the diet plans, they need you to stay in that cycle. A person who quietly fixes their hunger and loses the weight without buying anything is not their business model. Look at me. Early 60s, lean, strong, climbing stairs without thinking twice. I didn't get here by luck or good genes. I got here after years of being heavy, stiff, and scared it was too late. I tried everything that fails people our age, and I finally figured out what works. Not theory, not some kid in a gym, real, hard-won experience from a man who's lived it. I put every bit of it into a guide made specifically for people over 60. No guesswork, just the truth and the steps. Trust someone who's actually walked it. Scan the QR code on your screen right now or tap the link below. I'm not saying everyone in that space is malicious, but the structure of how they make money depends on you not solving the problem permanently. And what I found is that permanent solution isn't complicated. It's not expensive. It's actually the opposite of restriction. Let me explain the mechanism because once you understand why this works, you won't need willpower. The food I'm talking about is protein. Specifically, high protein, high volume whole foods. And the single best example, the one I built my whole approach around, is eggs. Plain whole eggs and egg whites. Here's what happens physiologically when you eat a high protein meal first thing. Protein is the most satiating macronutrient there is. It triggers the release of two hormones, peptide YY and GLP-1, that signal your brain that you're full and satisfied. It also suppresses ghrelin, that hunger hormone I mentioned earlier, more effectively than carbohydrates or fat do. And because eggs have real volume, they take up space in your stomach, those fullness signals fire strongly and they last. When you eat a big protein-forward meal at the start of your day, you're not relying on discipline to eat less at lunch. You're genuinely not that hungry. Your body is already taken care of. The calorie reduction happens as a natural downstream result, not as an act of suffering. On top of that, protein has a high thermic effect. Your body burns more calories just processing and digesting it compared to carbs or fat. And crucially for people our age, protein protects and builds lean muscle mass while you're losing fat, which keeps your metabolism from crashing the way it does on standard calorie restriction diets. The combination of satiety, volume, hormonal signaling, and muscle preservation is why this works when everything else didn't. Here's exactly what I did and what I tell you to do starting tomorrow morning. Before anything else, before coffee even, drink a full glass of water, 16 ounces. Then you make your breakfast, and it is protein first, protein central, protein dominant. For me, that was 4 whole eggs scrambled with 3 extra egg whites. That sounds like a lot. It's about 35 grams of protein and it fills a plate. You eat the whole thing. You can add vegetables, spinach, peppers, onions, whatever you like, because volume is your friend. What you don't do is add a bowl of cereal on the side, or toast, or orange juice. Not yet. Those things spike your blood sugar fast and crash it fast and bring the hunger back. Just the eggs and the vegetables, and you take your time eating it. Sit down, chew slowly. Give your gut the 20 minutes it needs to send the satiety signal to your brain. Drink water through the meal. For lunch, same principle. Lead with protein. Chicken breast, tuna, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, whatever you like. Build the plate around the protein, then add vegetables. Then if you're still hungry after that, a small amount of whole grains or starch, not the other way around. For dinner, protein again, same structure. Now here's what the scale schedule looks like. You weigh yourself once a week, same day, same time, same conditions. First thing in the morning, after the bathroom, before food or water. Not every day. Here's something almost nobody your age has ever been told. The reason that weight won't budge isn't your willpower. It isn't your age. It's that you've been doing the same thing younger folks are told to do. And after 60, that flat out doesn't work anymore. I learned that the hard way. Spent years frustrated, clothes not fitting, feeling old before my time. Then I found what actually works for a body over 60. And let me tell you, it changed everything. I put it all in one simple guide. You owe it to yourself to see this. Scan the QR code on your screen now or tap the link in the description. Go! Daily weight fluctuates by 2 or 3 pounds based on water, sodium, digestion. It'll mess with your head and tell you nothing useful. Weekly tells you the actual trend. And you're not chasing a number on a specific deadline. What you're looking for over the first 2 to 3 weeks is that the hunger cycle breaks, that the afternoon crash gets less severe, that you stop thinking about food constantly. The weight loss follows. In my experience, it started showing up clearly by week 3, but the feeling of being in control again, that comes in the first week. One more don't. Don't skip meals trying to speed things up. Skipping meals while doing this backfires. It brings the ghrelin back, it stresses the body, and it signals your metabolism to slow down. Eat the protein, all 3 times. I want to be straight with you about the limitations because I'm not here to oversell this. If you have kidney disease or significantly reduced kidney function, a high-protein diet requires medical supervision before you start. The kidneys process the byproducts of protein metabolism, and if they're already under stress, adding more load matters. Please talk to your doctor first. That's not a disclaimer I'm throwing in for legal reasons. It's genuinely important. Second, if you're on blood pressure medication or diabetes medication, your dosage may need adjustment as you lose weight. That's a good problem to have, but your doctor needs to know what you're doing so they can monitor you. Third, if you have fewer than 15 pounds to lose, your timeline will be slower, and that's fine. This approach still works. It just works more gradually. And fourth, if you have a thyroid condition or a metabolic disorder, results will vary. And again, physician involvement matters. For the majority of people over 60 with straightforward weight to lose and no major kidney issues, this is safe, effective, and sustainable. But I want you going into it with clear eyes, not with promises I can't keep for every single situation. Here's the line that I come back to whenever I think about what changed for me. I stopped fighting my hunger and started feeding my body what it actually needed. That's it. That's the whole thing. So here's what I want you to do. 1 week. Just give me 1 week of protein first mornings. Every single morning for 7 days, you build your breakfast around protein. Eggs, egg whites, whatever form you like, before anything else touches the plate. Don't change your other meals dramatically yet. Just anchor the morning. And at the end of 7 days, I want you to notice 2 things. How your hunger feels by 11 in the morning compared to how it normally feels, and whether the afternoon energy crash is any different. That's it. That's the only data you need to collect. Now down in the comments, I want to know one thing from you. What has been your hardest time of day for hunger or cravings? Is it mid-morning? That 3 o'clock wall? After dinner? Tell me in the comments because your answer is going to shape what I cover next. The next video in this series goes deep on exactly what to eat at that specific hard moment, the craving that always breaks you, and how to rebuild that meal so it actually holds. If you've got questions about the morning protein setup or how to adjust it for your situation, drop those down there too. I read them. See you in the next one.